Let's say you break your arm. You think to yourself, God, I'm such an idiot for coming out here and rock climbing all on my own, and now I've broken my arm. You're embarrassed. You're in agonizing pain, and you just want it all to go away. So you think to yourself, I'm going to go out drinking with my friends so I can forget about it. After a few days of taking pills, going out with your friends and drinking, you manage to forget about the pain. The broken arm is still there and it still hurts, but you're able to keep it out of mind. Of course, anytime anyone bumps into it, it's excruciating. So you just try to hold your arm close to your body and make sure no one gets near it. Or when your friends ask, so have you been to the doctor yet? You quickly change the subject. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't need a doctor. Now, this scenario is ridiculous. None of us would handle external pain in this way. We would just go to the doctor or have it taken care of in some way. And yet, this is exactly how we manage most of our internal pain. We try to bury it, ignore it, deal with it by just drowning out any kind of awareness of the pain. And because of it, we're not really able to deal with that kind of situation going forward, and it completely destroys our confidence in ourselves. Just like dealing with a broken limb, dealing with our broken psyche, our inner pain is just as crucial. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please consider doing so if you want to hear more about how you can gain more confidence in yourself to get out there and live the life that you want to live. Something that is all too common today is the fact that we will do just about anything to avoid being uncomfortable, particularly with inner discomfort. When our girlfriend breaks up with us, we spend the next couple of weeks partying and sleeping around and just trying to get our minds off the painful experience of the ending of a relationship. When we get fired for having messed up at work, we think to ourselves, nah, I didn't want that job anyway, or man, I was blamed for what Jerry did. It wasn't my fault. We tell ourselves lies. We try to distract ourselves from inner pain with external distractions like drinking, sleeping around, spending time with friends to excess. We can see this trend start in childhood. When the child starts crying, the parents try to distract it as soon as possible. They stick an iPad in its face. They try to cheer it up by getting rid of the broken toy or whatever it's upset about and trying to distract it as soon as possible to try and keep the child from experiencing the hurt, experiencing the pain. Now, of course, it's very understandable not to want your child to be upset. But what's crucial is what's being taught here is any kind of pain, especially internal pain, agony, crying, a sense of loss, grief, whatever it might be, negative emotions should be avoided. And that is a terribly dangerous lesson because it leaves us completely incapable of dealing with any kind of difficult emotions or difficult thoughts or difficult situations in life. We have no idea how to handle those difficult emotions. And so it teaches us to run away from those difficult emotions. When we lose a relationship, we rush out to party and sleep around and to distract us from the painful emotions that we're feeling, the embarrassment, the shame, the sense of loss, the loneliness, the feeling that you're not good enough, you're not lovable. Now, just like a broken arm, just by putting it out of awareness doesn't make it go away. You're still holding on to it until you deal with it. So if you don't deal with the pain of losing a girlfriend, you might find it very difficult to become attached to another girlfriend, to become emotionally intimate again. Or you might be extremely anxious about your new girlfriend leaving and be very clingy because of it. When we don't deal with these problems, they linger and show up in any number of ways. And in our culture, there's really no healthy alternative on how you can deal with these negative emotions. You've got the Jordan Petersons out there who basically tell you that life is suffering, which that's not going to put you in the mindset to handle these negative emotions and negative events in your life in a productive way. They're just going to tell you that that's sort of the nature of life. That's what it's all about.
Are you happy?
My life is not everything I want it to be.
It's almost unbearable.
All you're going to do is take on those negative experiences, take on those negative emotions, and hold on to them. It will make you a miserable and unhappy person. And then there's the Stoics out there who basically tell you to repress your negative emotions, to put them aside, to bury them, which is of course not dealing with them. It's just putting them out of mind. Neither of these ways of dealing with negative experiences in life makes you a confident man. It doesn't prepare you to deal with life. It either tells you to accept negative things as the nature of life, or it tells you to repress them. No, the healthy way to deal with negative experiences and negative emotions in your life is to see them as information. When you're getting an emotion, that's your subconscious feeding you an assessment of something. When you see a bear charging at you in the forest, you're going to feel fear. That's your subconscious telling you your life is in danger. And thus you're filled with fear in order to react, to handle that situation. When your girlfriend leaves you, you're filled with despair. That's your subconscious telling you a serious major value in your life has been lost. When you're feeling an emotion, you're experiencing your own evaluations of things. It's quite actually how you experience life, which is why it's so disastrous to try and repress that. Because you're effectively cutting yourself off from your own life, from your own assessment of things. This is why it's so crucial to allow yourself to be aware of and to sit with emotions, negative or positive. It's all valuable information about yourself. I think to give an interesting example is I was with a terribly abusive narcissist for about a year, and I didn't know it at the time, but when she left, I was filled with quite a few very interesting emotions. I mean, I was sad, I felt lonely, the normal things you would feel when your girlfriend breaks up with you. But something I thought was very, very bizarre at the time was I felt relief. Now, at the time, I didn't understand why I was feeling relief. I didn't understand how that could make sense. Now, if I did the normal thing and just try to bury or process those emotions as quickly as possible to not have to deal with them, I would never have realized how abusive that relationship was, because it was really through that realization of, wait a minute, I feel relieved. Why? Why is that? Why on earth would I feel relief after this? It was through analyzing and thinking about the fact that I felt that, I realized that, I'm relieved because I'm not being attacked all the time. Your emotions are giving you crucial information about yourself and about the state of your life. And a good parallel is physical sensations. If you put your hand on a hot plate for too long, it'll start burning. That's your body telling you something is wrong and you need to do something about it. If you're going through life and you're feeling anxious, that means there's something wrong, something needs your attention. Now, if you're going through life and you have chronic anxiety, that's your mind telling you that there's something wrong in your life as a whole. Your way of functioning needs attention, and everything in our culture is telling you, don't address that. Oh, you just have chronic anxiety. That's just who you are. Don't think about it. Don't analyze it. Just take pills and do some grounding techniques to get your mind off of it. Basically, everything in our culture today is gearing you toward having chronic issues because no one is telling you how to actually look at and deal with the negative emotions that you have. No one out there is telling you that your negative emotions are actually an opportunity to make your life better. Your negative emotions are just an opportunity for you to see that something is wrong and it needs your attention. And once you do give your attention to it and you deal with the problem, your life is going to be better. You're going to be happier. Things are going to be easier for you. You're going to be more equipped to deal with things in the future, and because of that, you're going to feel so much more confident in yourself. You're going to feel so much more capable of dealing with all the difficult things in life, like losing a girlfriend. Now, how you can go about handling your negative emotions is actually a pretty involved process, which is why I'm writing a guide to introspection. It takes you through how your emotions work, how you can understand the workings of your subconscious, and how you can better understand yourself. And it'll give you several strategies on how you can go through introspection. Now, if you want to hear about when this guide comes out, go into the description below and sign up to our mailing list. You're also going to get a free guide on how you can get 5 tips for core confidence. Also, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe so you hear when that guide comes out, and like the video if you liked it, and I hope to see you next time. Thanks so much.